This week on the Halo News Recap. You want to know about the future of Halo 4's matchmaking? I've got all the information you need about Halo 4's playlist updates. I give you all the details on the competitive skill ranking system, so you can brag to your friends about what imaginary number you are in a video game. Spartan Ops returns, and it is fantastic. Oh, don't touch that. Don't touch that. I am Minolta1034, and welcome to this week's Halo News Recap. I know I've been off the air for a while, and for that I apologize. There's just been a lot of stuff going on in the world, like Greenskull's house flooding and him living here, and then I got sick, and it's a whole thing. Either way, I'm back now, and I'm excited to share this week's news with you. I did miss a few bulletins and a few things, and I'm just, at this point, I'm not going to go over them because I don't think it's worth it. It's just kind of, you know. So we're just going to cover this week's stuff, and moving forward, we'll just try to keep it rolling like that. All right? So let's do it. I got stuff written down. Let's take a look. This week, there's been a bunch of new information about playlist changes. A lot of stuff that competitive players are going to be excited about. So let's run down the list. Last week, the Community Forge Test playlist was added. It's got a bunch of great new maps. They're all very, I guess I would say most of them are symmetrical. They're very MLG-inspired small maps, which is something that the community have been asking for. So you're going to see a lot of that in there. But it is great because I really love the new Forge maps. I think the Forge palettes for the 3 different worlds really allow for a lot of variety, plus all the different colors on the pieces and the ability to change them. It's made this Forge a lot better than Halo Reach's Forge. So I'm really excited, and I'm enjoying that playlist. It's a lot of fun to play. Next up is Grifball. Grifball is almost here. 343 has been working really close with Grifball Hub to get the settings just right and, you know, get a whole bunch of new modes and interesting Grifball options for all you Grifballers out there to play. I know that a lot of people are really excited about this. I mean, it's, according to the bulletin and a lot of people, it is the best electronic sport out there. Maybe some MLG guys might disagree with that, but either way, it is a lot of fun, and I know there's a lot of big Grifball fans out there, so you should be excited to see Grifball popping up in the playlist rotation very soon. A couple of other playlists that are going to be coming in soon in February are Doubles, which I'm super excited for. Halo 3, me and a friend of mine, we just played Doubles like crazy. It was my favorite playlist, so I can't wait for it to return in Halo 4. They've also talked about an Extraction playlist and maybe even an Infinity CTF playlist. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out for playlists, but one of the biggest stories right now is the competitive playlist. Friend of the show, Bravo, recently dropped a lot of information on exactly what's going to be going on in this new competitive playlist. Now, first of all, he outlined that it's going to be a 4 versus 4 playlist, so you're not going to get any big team or doubles or anything like that. It's just straight up 4v4 action. There are going to be no instant respawns, and there are going to be forced loadouts. So they're going to control, and they're trying to take away some of that randomness that's been added to the Halo 4 matchmaking experience and shivvy it down to a more even level playing field for all players. So due to that, you're going to get no instant respawns. You're not going to have your customized loadouts. They're just going to be the loadouts they provide you. My guess, it's probably going to be like a BR and, I don't know, a pistol, I suppose. Probably a BR and a Magnum, and probably no perks or armor abilities or anything else like that. You're probably going to start with frag grenades as well. Maybe just one, but I'm not really sure. They haven't laid all that out yet. There's going to be no join in progress in this playlist. Friendly fire, of course, is going to be on. It's been turned off in, you know, recent playlist iterations, but for this, you're going to be able to smack your bro in the back of the head and kill him. There are no guests allowed in this playlist, so you're not going to be able to play split screen with friends on the same console in this playlist. Ordnance will be on resupply timers, meaning that you'll be able to predict when and where ordnance is going to be dropped, similar to previous Halo titles. And that's pretty much it for the information on the competitive playlist that we have right now. I think it's going to make a lot of the MLG and competitive people happy. Obviously, there's no MLG playlist. This is getting closer to that, and I understand that that's a segment of the community that obviously requires attention just like any other part, and so it's good to see that 343 is working towards fulfilling some of their needs. I don't think it's going to be the most popular playlist around, but I still think that it's something that people want, and it'll be interesting to see how it performs. With that, let's move into the next headline this week, which is CSR. Now, 343 has released very little information about CSR up until recently when they gave a few more details in the most recent bulletins. First of all, you're going to have, just like in Halo 3, you're going to have a unique CSR in each playlist. So, you know, you could be, in Infinity Slayer, you could be a 33, and then in Doubles, you could be a 45, and different stuff. You'll also have a unique overall CSR. It's going to be your highest CSR across all playlists. So just, again, very similar to Halo 3 in the fact that the rank that was displayed in your service record is the highest rank that you've obtained in any given playlist. So if you're a 44 in doubles and you're a 33 in Infinity Slayer, the overall CSR that would be displayed is 44. Speaking of the numbers I've been throwing out there, CSR 1 to 50 scale, just like Halo 3. It's what everyone's been asking for, so it's not a surprise that 343 is going with that same scale. When CSR launches, it's going to restart everyone at 0, and then you'll build up from there. Just making sure that everyone starts out on an even playing field, which is interesting because that says that it's not going to be taking your true skill ranking into account as much. So CSR will most likely be based on something other than just wins and losses, which is something that I've been a big proponent of for a long time. I think that the true skill matching system is fine and it's working great in Halo 4. I don't really have a problem with being matched up with really poor players or really good ones, but I think that just wins and losses is not really an accurate reflection of a player's skill in the game or their performance overall. There are so many different ways to play Halo and so many different types of games. You can't just boil everything down to whether you won or lost a game. That's just not how it works. The other thing that is a little bit controversial and that me personally I think is kind of a bad move, but obviously 343 has examined it from every angle and they must not be able to do it, is that CSR will not be visible in the game. You'll have to go to Halo Waypoint, either the app or the website or, you know, using your Xbox Smart Glass in order to actually see the CSR ranking that you've received. Now, I personally think that that's too bad because, you know, obviously less people are going to be interested if you have to go to the website and stuff like that. It's supposed to be this kind of quick yardstick that you can look and say, oh, look, I'm this good and stuff like that. For me personally, I don't really care what my skill ranking is or anything like that. But for some people, it's very important to them. It's like the #1 thing. So not being able to see it in the game is a little bit rough and it's too bad. But I like to think that 343 isn't not putting it into the game because, you know, they hate you or something like that, but because it's just not possible. It just won't work. They just can't put in the work to do it. I'm sure that they looked into every possible angle and every possible way that they could get it into the game, and it just didn't work, which is too bad, but that's the way that it goes. CSR is going to be dropping in April, so keep a lookout for that. They're also probably going to be changing the playlists around at that point and adding maybe some more ranked or competitive playlists, along with the one that we're going to be seeing sooner, the competitive playlist that I outlined before. Spartan Ops. Spartan Ops arrived this week with episode 6, and it's a lot of fun. If you haven't played it already, go check it out right now. You're going to have to do a download from the Xbox Live Marketplace. It's about 2.5 gigs in order to get all the new episodes. But the great thing about them is they're using brand new environments, and all the cinematics are there. It's everything I love about Spartan Ops, just getting better and better. I'm having a ton of fun playing it. Episode 7 is coming out this Monday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to play it. And I'm really looking forward to the conclusion of this season and future seasons coming up. I think it's a really great way to engage players in a unique way that's, you know, sort of like Firefight, sort of like Campaign. It really does scratch that itch that I sometimes have, that I don't want to just replay a campaign level, so you can go and play Spartan Ops. It's a lot of fun. I really love it, and I'm looking forward to the new episode. There's not a whole lot of other news going on this week. I saw a great video from Deej over at Bungie Community Theater. That guy's British accent, way better than mine. I'll tell you that much right now. The video is really funny. They're apparently getting a lot of complaints through their customer service department about Halo 4. Some people haven't realized that Bungie isn't doing Halo anymore. It's really, really funny. I encourage you to go check it out. Deej is a great guy, and the video is hilarious. The other thing I wanted to ask this week is that I want you guys to help me out with something. I love making this show. I love giving you guys the news, but I can't catch everything. I'm not Superman. I can't just be on my computer 24/7, constantly just looking for Halo news and, you know, doing nothing else. I mean, if I did that, I would be a loser. The good thing is that I have all of you guys watching these videos. And so what I want to say is, I need you to send me some news. I'm going to introduce a new segment into the future shows with news that's been submitted by the community. Or if, you know, some of the news that comes in is headline worthy, it might make the top of the show. It's up to me, but I really want to hear from you guys and what you want to see on this show, different news from different communities. If your community is having like a play date or something else going on. So all you have to do is one of 3 things, or you can do all of these things, however you want to do it. First of all, comment section, right down there. I love the various arguments that break out in it all the time, but what I would really love to see is some suggestions for news to cover, some different stories or something from your community, whatever it might be. So you can drop a comment down there. Really easy, put it in, and I'll consider it for the show. Next thing you can do is head over to my social media profiles. You know that I got the Twitter. You know that I'm up on Facebook. You know that I'm on Instagram. Instagram doesn't really work because that's just pitches. Scratch Instagram. I do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/MinoltaRUL, no dots or spaces or anything like that. Or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm just Minolta1034 on there. So just shoot me a tweet, like my Facebook page, and drop a comment on the page with some news that you think that would be good to cover. I would love to check it out. I'd love to get more likes on the page, more followers on the Twitter, because, you know, that supports my ego because I have a very fragile one. Those are 3 great ways to contact me. Either drop a comment in the video, send me a tweet, or put a comment on my Facebook page. All 3 of those, they'll get through to me. I'll see them. And if I think that your news is worthy of the show for one reason or another, I'll throw it in and you'll see whatever you want up here. It's something that I really want to do, and I really want to help, you know, people that might not have as much reach as myself or Ready Up Live to, you know, get some of their news out there about, you know, their community or an achievement or whatever it might be. I appreciate all of the work that you guys will be doing so I don't have to do any of the work, because that's really what this is about. Thanks for watching the show, guys. I'm Minolta1034. This has been the Halo News Recap. Send me stuff on Facebook and Twitter and leave a comment on the video. Let me know what's going on. I love you all to death. See you next time.
Created the new art of synchronized Spartan death. Here's an example of someone who's either really good or really bad with the ghost. So first off, he shoots this guy to get 1 kill, splatter for a 2nd kill, falls down, runs into this lift, flies back up, triple overkill. Look at that.